All right, today on the homestead, folks, we're making use of corn cobs. You got that right, corn cobs. Why waste them, folks? We're cutting corn off and making freezer corn, and that's great, but you got all these extra cobs that are left. Why waste them? Now, sure, if you got chickens, you could throw these out to the chickens and they'll peck them clean. You know, you don't want to give these to your dog or your pigs because they could choke on these things. But if you break them up and put about 2 quarts of water in a pot and boil it for 40 minutes, you can really make a really nice product out of, if you want to call it, the steamed, cooked, boiled juices of the corn cob. And what am I talking about? Corn cob jelly. You bet. All of us, in the backwoods, that have grown up with their own shine and everything else, well, one of the things I grew up with is corn cob jelly. And it's delicious. My aunts used to make this, and I've seen people make it on the sweet side, which is what I'm going to do here for you today. I've seen people make this on the peppery side, which tastes delicious too if you like a little bit of heat and pepper. And then, of course, more of a jelly that's put on like a sandwich than on a breakfast toast or something. But either way, crank it to high, put about 2 quarts of water in. I'm going to use about 16 cobs because they're not the biggest cobs. You might get away with 12. And obviously, you just want to boil the crap out of this for about 40 minutes. So I'm about halfway through there, and of course, now I'm getting to the end. And when I get to the end, I'm just going to strain it into a pot, and I'm going to use a big colander at this point, so that a lot of the stuff is going to come out that's big, but some of the micro stuff is going to stay. And then over here, I'm just going to take some sugar. Now, again, I'm making the sweet version. If you want to make a different version, you're certainly welcome to. There are different versions. I'm going to use about 4 cups of sugar, and I'm going to use I'm going to say about 3.5 cups of solution. Now you can use between 3 and 4 here, and 4 might be a little loose, 3 might be a little stiffer, so you kind of decide that on your own. I'm going to take that 3 cups that we just steeped down and cooked for 40 minutes, and I'm going to put that on high and start getting that really hot and boiling. And then when that's hot and boiling, I'm going to add back into it the sugar and a box of pectin. And again, if you want it stiffer, add 2 boxes of pectin. It's up to you. These recipes are, old school recipes, are kind of hand-me-down kind of things. But cook it till it boils at least for a couple minutes with everything in it, no matter how you put it together. Okay, folks? And again, this makes a very pretty, if you like the yellow color in a jelly. So if you got your red raspberry on the table and you present, like a blueberry in blue, and then all of a sudden you bring this kind of yellow one out, it does attract attention. So we brought it to a boil with the sugar here. Now she's kind of stirring out the boil, and she's adding a box of pectin to it. And Julia's just kind of stirring that in. And then we're going to bring this thing back to a full rolling boil. And then we're going to let that occur for about a minute, watching it or so. At least a minute, folks. You want everything to really get as hot as you can. And then we're going to jar this up. And when she jars it up, she's going to jar it in the jelly jars. And then I'm going to hot water bath it for 10 minutes. Then I'm going to bring it in and see if it sets. If it doesn't set, I'd go back, reheat it back up, add about a half a cup of sugar and a whole other box of pectin and get it stiffer. But in this situation, it typically will set. So again, she's going to fill these up. She's going to go about 1/4 of an inch from the top. She's going to push that headspace way up there. Remember, this stuff is very hot at this point, guys, and because it's got corn and water and sugar in it, it'll burn you, so be really careful about it. I was going to see if it would make a batch of 7 here. If I remember correct, it didn't. It made about 5 or 6, but hey, that's the way it goes. The little bit extra you get left is a taster you can throw in the fridge and try it right away. But it's a neat way to use up the corn cobs and get something more out of them than just the corn that you took off them. And I find it's kind of one of those old school heritage recipes, from the early 1900s all the way up until probably, the 20th century, that isn't lost, but it's hardly ever done anymore. And I think it should be. I think we should bring this kind of stuff back because it's neat to do. Again, I'm out here. I've got another batch here going. It's in there. It's for 10 minutes boiling away. I don't do the biggest, hardest boil in my canner, but I do it for a solid 10 minutes. And then I take it out and I just let them cool and hope the lids seal down, which they did. And then when the lids seal down, I let it cool till the next morning and I see if it's stiff enough. If not, I can always redo it. So there we go. These are done here for the night. We'll let these cool and come back tomorrow, and see how they look. So now this is the next day, folks. This is gorgeous. It's set perfect. It's got a little bit of wiggle, but if you tip them on their side, they're not liquidy. They're not running into the lid, folks. It worked perfect. Enjoy corn cob jelly.